Hello and welcome to Sternco. I am Stern, and today we're going to be doing something very special. I'm taking a trip to a Disney attraction and looking at a couple other really cool things that Mr. Pumpkins has to show us. So I'm going to actually meet him over at Warp CB, and here we go. There he is. Hey, Mr. Pumpkins. And we're going to follow him into the portal here.
Yes, the portal hub that I can never remember where I'm going at. I mean, all the other portal hubs, like I seem to like never get lost in them. But like this one, it's either this direction or the other direction.
Yeah, it's kind of rough that it's like identical on both sides, and so you have to like remember, okay, which way was I facing?
Like a sign that says, like a color code.
Yeah, something. But I mean, I think it's nice. I've been looking at it and the design of this place, because CB is new since I left, and it's definitely something I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, cool. I
do like how they made like the spawn area nice off with CB. I mean, it just it just has like a touch. So the first thing I'm going to show you, simply because they're very closely located, is the cruise ship, because the park is still under development. Let us just say.
Ooh. Okay. Cool.
Is part of our sister company, Stardust Entertainment, and it was not part of it when I purchased it. That company, if nobody knows, was bought by us in January. We've tried to revive it a little. It now owns some hotels throughout the circle. Not as much as Palm does, but it does own some. So if you go to Sunville, you can stay at our hotel there, and it has a bar at the top of it. Or will have a bar at the top of it. It's also under construction. So this is our cruise ship. Now I do know it does not look like that much like a cruise ship, but I do like to tell people that for free, this is a great thing to have, and more of them that are much newer and much more modern. This area over here is where the pool is at. We have a check-in desk. Now the one thing that this has planned for some renovations is this is going to be completely renovated because it just does not look good. This little dining hall that we have here on our cruise ship, we have this lovely little place. You can order some drinks.
Oh, cool.
I'm actually available if you ever want to do a vacation on the Sober. If you message me, if you stay at any of our hotels, I will come to you and I will bring you room service. We're currently in the process of regioning all of these rooms because they were not regioned when we bought it, but we'll eventually get that finished. So over here, you can see we have some of the nice rooms, which we're actually going to let you go in.
There we go. Cool.
I'll let you walk in at least. So this is one of the larger rooms that we have.
Wow.
It's a nice view.
It is. I was going to say, it's nice that it looks over this like little patio area.
Oh, it is nice. What I like about this one is how it has a bathroom.
Very cool.
I try to put bathrooms in all of our hotels, but due to the size, some of them don't. But most of the newer ones do have bathrooms, or will have bathrooms.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I try to make it realistic, and since, if anybody buys stuff from my Centipede, they did sponsor the security system inside of the cruise ship, so...
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Shout out, I guess. This is the captain's area.
Oh,
I don't
cool.
really let people in, but there you go.
Yeah.
If you look above, you'll get like a little glimpse. You come out when you look above of the start. Oh, I fell off. Don't do what I did. Go over there. You're gonna see on that that is the Stardust Vacation Club or Star Diamond Vacation Club floor.
Oh, I love the
members stay. Now those rooms are not fully redone yet. I'm thinking about refurnishing them because I don't feel like they're like very luxurious. Better than the other ones. Now you still on like the second floor?
I'm in the captain's area. Yeah, I'm looking at the. I like the maps that you have here that show like the computer monitors. That's really cool.
Yes. Because I think these are the nicest, and these rooms are only available for our vacation club members. The floor.
Restroom.
It's amazing because the entertainment industry
economy, and it's the idea of like, okay, restrooms make it a little bit more realistic, but you're using extra space. So I know that like when I built stuff, it was like when I owned a city, it was even like a park would be really, really nice here, but that could also be like 4 plots. And so it's the idea of like more money.
But we're gonna be redoing them because I don't really think they look that VIP. Plus, they don't have a bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think they look.
So I think they're gonna be made go and like add on a bathroom to them, stuff like that. I mean, you don't need to use those. Nice thing about our vacation club is all the rooms on board this ship you can use with it.
I like how you did the lights here, the thingies.
Oh, thank you. Over here is the Star Diamond Rewards Club. If you're a Star Diamond Rewards Club member, or if you have Palm Shores Rewards, you can use this area. It's a VIP area.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this is awesome.
Some of our newer hotels have these VIP areas. We've been trying to add more of them. I just think it adds a nice touch. A lot of people ask us, how much money do you guys make? I tell them, we don't make anything. Do you think we could sell enough PSRs to pay off this $40,000 cruise ship? I don't think 40 people on this server are gonna, it's very hard to sell things like that.
Right. Because the people who do have the money for things like that, are kind of AFK most of the time.
Or they think you're scamming them, which is another thing.
Yeah.
Coffee shop that I just put here because I felt like it should be a coffee shop.
Yeah. I love it. Very cool. I love the indoor, like the garden areas here. Like this is really cool. It has like the trees and almost like a park, but it's not a park.
The same person that built this, built the Nether City and gave us some good deals. He wanted. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't know if he wants me to mention his name. Here's the Cookie Mondelli. We put a deli down here, and when you were gone, I made a deli company in the city of Ashford that was really big.
Oh, cool.
This will be a buffet area if it ever gets done. Now, if anybody's been to our stadium, they're going to be very, very upset at what they see down here for what we call a stadium. But here's the bar. This is the bar.
Oh, cool. I love it.
Came with it. Tile bottom floor concrete.
Yeah, there's definitely a really good feel for the bar there. Like it's very bar-y feel.
I don't want to change that, but this thing here will be completely destroyed because this is not at all a.
Get out of here! I'm doing a tour. There we go. Yeah.
Now, one thing that helps me pay all this stuff off is my city, which I bought Eagleton. I kind of have most city owners will buy a city and make it bigger. I'm kind of the opposite. I will buy a small town, and when a bigger one goes up for sale, I will buy a bigger city, and then I sort of eventually get larger ones. But with Eagleton that I own now, I think I'm just gonna keep it because I really like Eagleton and the way it's laid out.
Yeah. I just did an episode on private cities, and I noticed how a lot of private cities, since there's a lot more design to them sometimes, because there's specific ways that the government cities have to function, but the private cities always are their own thing. They're always so different and just awesome.
And right there's the pool over here. You can see the pool.
Yeah.
So that's the cruise ship, and I feel like it's a very nice cruise ship. If you actually went back in the water and saw the front, it looks like a ship.
Yeah, and so this is the back.
It's just back.
Okay.
I always make sure to tell people that. 'Cause I thought it was the front.
Right.
Actually, you're looking at the front, you don't realize it is the front.
Right. So the back of the boat is called the bow.
Yes.
What is the front called?
I want to say the poop deck, but I'm probably wrong.
The front is actually called a stern. The poop deck is actually it's the area that's the topmost deck. So it's the area. It's called that because it's the area that most birds will be able to poop on.
Oh, this next area is our recent purchase that was another city, and I did talk to server administrators before I bought this to make sure that this was legal, just for the people that are wondering.
Okay.
I believe Spot was the one, or Rodney, I had come down and look at it. So basically, this was another city, and we purchased it. We've done some renovations. Stone, most of it's here. That's what's actually going to be in the park. like all the mazes, they're just going to be doing touch-ups when it opens. So like this, for example, will be an actual road area entrance-wise.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that would be a better ticket. That's in my attempt at making a popcorn machine, but somebody will come and make it actually look like a popcorn machine.
I'd heard of the
And
Nether
for
City. I'd
anybody-
never come in. I'd never been here before.
For anybody who's came and you come to this restaurant, people ask me, are we going to be charging a lot for food? I'm like, for realistic reasons, not because we're needing funding. We're going to charge you $10 for a Frappuccino.
Okay.
Now, if you look at the menu above me, you'll notice that we have a lot of expensive food here. Very high prices for just one piece of food. And that's for realism reasons, not due to funding reasons. On the top floor of this is going to be a gift shop. Of course, here is the Palm Shores Vacation Club place. We're going to try to sell you a timeshare, but that's big. Over here will be the Vacation Club Lounge. This will be a little area
Cool.
for members, and this will be a shop. And the building across the street really has nothing to see. It's basically a little bit the same layout. That is where the hotel is going to be going. That will
Okay.
be for Palm Shores Vacation Club members and Stardust Vacation Club members only. Just because I'm trying to get people to understand that this vacation club is very cheap.
Uh-huh.
A lot. I mean, you're not familiar with this probably, but if you know the city Ashford, they have a country club, and it's $1,000 to get a country club subscription.
Wow.
So to get a whole vacation club for $1,000, and that price will go up by $500 when this park opens, so you should buy it now. That thing in front of you is going to be a Tower Taylor hotel. That big, this thing, that'll be a Tower Taylor.
These are
Gonna
the
come
graveyard.
in this awful mess that I built, because this does not look like a good tombstone area. The mazes will stay the way they are because they're mazes, or maybe I'll have them retextured. But if you want to go in the maze and like try to find your way out, you can go.
I don't know if you've ever saw the maze that I built many years ago, back in the day. It was like, I want to say it was like 50 by 50 and 3 stories.
I can tell you, it was probably a lot better than this maze.
So,
I mean, I still get lost in it, and I mean, it may be because there's like 15 areas that I don't know if there's 15, but there's a lot of areas to get lost in this thing. I mean, plenty of areas to get lost. One thing I try to, let people know when I'm opening these things and asking for sponsorships is, Palm has stopped sponsoring things, which is one of the reasons why I decided to give you $500 to have our thing listed at the bottom of your videos.
yeah.
Was because we don't sponsor enough things, and part of the reason why is because technically we're giving a lot back to the silver by, keeping these theme parks free to go into. But the ticket.
Yeah, well, yeah, then that's my thing that I talk about on my channel a lot, is being able to help the server out. Like, it's great to be able to say, hey, I have 5 billion fossils, but it's even better to be like, hey, I've helped this server in some way.
People, I'm not going to name the people who have a couple million on the server. I'm not going to name any of their names. But I will say, I do think that some of the millionaires, I will say, I'm just going to call one of them out that that does give a lot back. I think Alex gives a lot back to the server in terms of.
Yeah.
Which,
I'm actually supposed to be recording something with Alex at some point too. So yeah, Alex is very, very generous with donation and things.
Yes, Alex has done a lot. But a lot of the other people, I can't say that much about if they've given enough, a lot back. I'm a person, I like to say, and you can tell me I'm crazy, but on Hollow Miners, I like to say that there's 3 different classes. There's the low class that are new players just starting with, like the first $3,000 apartments, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
And then middle class, which means they have a little bit more than that. Then there's like the upper middle class, which is where you're rich, but you're not really rich. Your net worth is like $325,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to say I'm upper middle class, and if I'm able to open these theme parks, and give all this back, I think some of the people who have a lot more money than I do can. And I do want to point something out so that he doesn't yell at me. Mr. Mynor 02, he has helped Palm Shores dramatically.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I mean, he paid for the land for the zoo, so I need to say that. So it's not just Alex, it's also him. And I guess I'm just walking around now just so we can talk.
Yeah, you're fine. I'd really like the opportunity to see the Disney. I know that you say it's still being worked on, but I was hoping I'd be able to.
Okay, the Disney one has not exactly started. Development is starting right now, but I can show you where it's going to be built in that sort of like area.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I would show you it, but literally just this week, ideas and funding was just starting to be laid down for how this thing would be constructed. So I'm actually giving you a sneak peek to the new park that's being built. So if you go to /airport, and we're going to go to the airport, and we're going to go to Mynor City.
And that's where the Disney attraction area is?
Really, it's where it's going to be going, the
okay.
group of our theme parks. So Mr. Mynor and I have a very good relationship with this idea. Basically, one of the things that we've done for him to do this great deal, you're probably wondering what the deal was. Everyone in his city rewards for free.
Does what for free?
Gets access to the parks and all our hotels across the Silver for free.
Oh, cool.
I did that because, again, I want to get back in a way. I'm going to pay for your ticket because I'm not a person that I feel like whenever someone takes you to the airport, or they should pay for your ticket. It's just something that I strongly believe in.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Because, when I was new, and I'm not saying I'm still not new, I just did not have the money for all the things. Nowadays, I like to, like right now, people do not see me asking for them to come to our hotels and stuff, and that's because I'm letting new players actually use our hotels for free.
Yeah. Have you, now, what made you, out of curiosity, what made you want to open up a Disney World or an attraction area?
So, one thing you may not know about is Mr. Bloomberg is currently building his theme park.
Okay.
Which is a one-on-one replica of Disney. Now, I have to say, as a person who's been in this industry for several years, I am loving to see that open, but I'm wondering how the funding's going to go. This for a lot of things, they go down to funding. And if you're wondering who's building this is Prince Adam. He's one of the people building it, along with RJ Mouse. They're working on this fantastic project over here, or currently, developing. So this entire side on to his city is where the plans are going to be laid down for this park. Boom basically was building his, and I watched Stardust not adapt when Palm Shores opened, did not adapt to our newer buildings that were furnished. And I'm not saying that's why Stardust completely went downhill. And I can say Stardust went downhill because I own it.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. So basically, when we opened, Stardust was building a city, so Cybertron City. In Cybertron, everybody was expecting to be very nice, very good. It did not go that way. So Fox ended up selling that to Zilix, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing anybody's names wrong, because every time anybody say your name, your in-game name. So if I pronounce it wrong, I'm sorry. But Zilix actually now owns his city and renovated it, tore down the entire eyesore. And really, Foxy took that money and has put it towards a theme park, I think. I've never seen the theme park, or he also put it towards a brewery company, which he does have a good brewery company. Okay. Does have one.
So it sounds like, So it sounds like, basically Bloomberg was opening his, and that kind of spurred you to say, you know what, I'm going to finally start working on mine.
Yes, but the thing is, Palm actually was planning to open one, but we wanted to have a lot more money at the time.
Right.
Instead of doing, because I did not have, okay, let me tell you how quickly this Disney park plan laid its ground. Until I went on vacation a couple weeks ago to Disney World, I had no clue how we were going to be making something that could even, go up to Bloom's level of one-on-one detail.
Right.
And one thing at Palm is, we want to make sure that everything's nice. We want quality, over quantity, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want something big that's ugly. We'd rather have something small that's nice. So one thing is I ended up thinking, well, I can, build all these mini parks. And when I got that Nether City was up for sale, I purchased it. Because I also purchased Cove City just because it was so cheap to buy, so I thought, why not?
Uh-huh.
DK in bankruptcy a long time ago, which we're not going to talk about, because that is a really long story. I lost my city called New Vegas after I bought it. Ended up buying a $30,000 city, which was, I don't remember the name of it. I renamed it Sunville. And then I sold that one to buy Eagleton. Now I'm very, very, as you can tell, because I own all this stuff. I'm also very careful. Like, I region land in the middle of nowhere just to sell it when I need to use money. And I would advise anybody else on the server to do that. It's kind of a way of saving money in a bank, And then you're going to pull it out whenever you want by unregioning it.
Right. Yeah, you just got to remember where the regions are.
Yes. I region outside my resort. It's normally what I do. So, this, as you can see, is, very nice and very big. And the idea behind Small World is to have a lot of smaller parks like Disney and some, because, there's some servers which I can't mention because I don't want them to say that you were advertising.
Right,
so
thank you.
Say that you can go on and you can go to Disney Worlds.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see how this turns out. It looks like it's shaping up really well. Looks like the roads and kind of the main structure is already getting there, and I'm very excited.
It's a nice area of land.
Yeah.
I can't say what that is, but I can say everybody's going to love it.
Awesome.
Stadium, and I'm not sure how much I'll be able to talk during the stadium, because I just want you to see it and get like a little look at it. Actually, I'll just see the stadium. So if we're going to the stadium, we're going to be going to Sunset Coast. So let's go to /4. No, it's RC. We're going to RC. I have to now know all the warps, and I get lost constantly because we have hotels upon the warps and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to be able to take a look at everything that we have, or everything that you have here. But, yeah, so what are we looking at in Sunset Cove?
So, would you rather see the stadium with a big, nice beach resort?
I'd rather be able to walk. I don't know why I'm stuck in, flying mode.
So, which would you want to see?
Of what? I'm sorry?
The resort or the stadium?
I've heard a lot about the stadium. Let's do the stadium.
Okay.
Okay.
So this stadium,
one sec here. Something horrible is happening. I don't know if you can see on my screen. I'm stuck in, glide mode. I'm still stuck in glide mode. Okay, I'm gonna try, sit. Okay, I'm good. I'm heading to Warp RC now.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
Anyway,
stuck in...
So, a little bit of a story that goes with the stadium. So, my city, the Eagleton Eagles, or as some people call us, the Eagleton Eagles that suck. Because we were like the worst team in the Iron Ball League, but, it was my first time being in the Iron Ball League. And I just wanted my city to be in it, and everybody says we're inactive, and it irritates me. So, wait, where am I taking you? Oh, yes. I always get lost going to this, because I get confused with everything else we own. So if I go to the RC tunnel, it's another one that confuses me. So basically, here's the short story of why this was bought. Dillad purchased this stadium and then sold it to somebody else, and it was the first non-city-owned stadium, I believe, that had its own team. Well, the agreement when I bought it with the city, because it was eyesore, because they remodeled it and didn't finish it, was that I bought it and I did not make a team there. Well, I brought up the idea of making it into a nice event center where we could host events on the server. And I think it's nicer. I personally think it beats Theater. And it's a lot bigger than the Monday Theater. In my opinion, it's a lot nicer, it's a lot more spacious. And if anybody wants to, use it for free, just let me know. Because I do let people use these things for free. I just need some time. Now, I'm not going to be able to set it up for you, because this thing, it does have some damage on the field, because whoever built this used some carpet, and we did an ice skating event. Doing it, the carpet was used to line up the everything, and it just we had a leak and it broke everything and was a total disaster.
Oh, so they didn't use actual wool. They used like carpet.
Wool, but we would outline where the gold would fall in. They put carpet for some reason.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Palm Shores Event Center. Now, I did do some renovations. Now, have you ever played Iron Ball?
I'm not good at it, but yes.
Oh, you and me both are not good at it. So, you've seen the locker rooms.
Yeah.
So everybody watching this video, please put in the comments if you think that this is the nicest one with working redstone.
Wow, this is a really nice locker room. It is, yeah.
The showers work. I bought it and I wasn't sure if I wanted it, but I saw the locker room and was like, what in the world? You know, it's so nice. So if you walk out here, you can see where we're currently working on some of the damage. I'm going to be having some people come in and redo the lines in the field, because like you can see what I mean. They just didn't put blocks below it.
Yeah. Well, it looks, I mean, it doesn't look horrible. I like it. I think it looks good. I mean, apart from the renovation, obviously, I can kind of see where you're going with the renovation, and it looks like it's going to be great.
This, and then CMBO's company sponsored security for this building. I love it when people sponsor security, because it just, I mean, the cameras just make it nice.
Yeah.
So this, I did not know I owned when I bought it. After I paid it off, I discovered this existed.
Is this a practice field?
Who's building that mysterious park, I can't mention what it is the sponsor of this stadium. So we do use our sponsors for builds and stuff, because we want to make sure we give back to people who give us money.
Yeah.
So Stone, you come stand right next to me. Could you stand? This is my favorite part. Now look up at the lights.
Uh-huh.
And I show this to everybody that walks in the door.
Oh, it does like a wave.
Yeah, and it does it like in an order. Now, do you want to guess how many times I've broken that light system?
Oh, probably too many. That's my fear with redstone. Is I'm always scared, like, you could work on something for days, if not hours, and then you do one thing, and it's like, oh, I guess I have to start over.
Here, let me give you a sneak peek at the redstone behind this and how it's broke over like 10 times. I mean, I don't know if I fixed it, but like this is a mess. Mess when this was constructed.
Wow.
Do you see the fields on top of it over here? Like, what would that have been used for?
Yeah, no idea.
Up here. So there's a random redstone layer up here, and I don't know, maybe you can explain it. It exists. But there's like all this redstone up on the second floor, and I don't know what it's connected to.
I guess that used to be a thing.
I guess too. Now there's a concession stand, so I'm gonna take you up to the bleachers. I'll come patch the hole later. Oh, you can come down and see what I did. So, I did not mean to do this during the video, but I ended up doing it anyway.
Yeah, I picked up a piece of redstone as I was up there and was like, oh, I guess something got broken.
Well, any chance you could hand me that?
Yep, there you go.
Thank you. Did I pick it up? Okay, got it. You can. I'm just gonna throw some things on the floor really quick. Yeah, basically, this was my purchase because my city had no stadium. And do you know how expensive it is to build these things?
I built one once, and I built it by hand, and so it was a nightmare.
This was $60,000 to buy.
Yeah.
Already done. And think of the land it would come, the land price, just to build something this nice. It would be probably a lot, in my opinion, but I don't build everything. So I'm not good at building, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the same. I hire people. I
hire people.
Yeah.
That way stuff doesn't look bad. So this is the uniform area, and I'm sorry for all the buttons.
You're fine.
Building. So basically, they did renovations. Some part I don't think they finished. Dillad did not renovate this. The guy that bought it after him, well, Dillad renovated it, and then the other guy renovated it. So it has two different renovations. That's why it has two different side colors that for some reason go together.
Uh-huh.
That irritated me is, you know how no stadiums have a food court?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Very cool. Yeah, this is food court, selling area.
Yeah, and over there there's going to be a bar. Knowles will put one in sometime, or I'm going to put one in. Depends. I think it's a nice stadium. If you come look at the field, I wanted to buy it because I felt like, it's one of those places you can take people. It's like, this is a nice place. Okay, there's a hole in the bottom. Way to ruin the video.
Is there a hole in the bottom? I didn't even notice.
I did. As you can see, that whole field's going to be repaired. But if you look around at the bleachers, it's just spot on, nice looking.
Yeah.
And the colors go together. And not a lot of them are indoors like this. I like the design. I personally think we may be the most modern stadium with the locker rooms. I can't say it with everything else. You can't even walk to the other side with it. And renovated it was not very good. So like if you walk in the back, you cannot walk over to the other food court. You would have to physically walk over here to get to the other side.
Yeah.
And they put another food court in, but I don't know. So this is basically the stadium, and it's in Sunset Coast. Now we may build a new one in Oyster Cove when the resorts are all over there, because it won't make sense to have this one here when everything else is in Oyster Cove. But I will keep this one probably and just, make it into like an event thing or something. So that I'm guessing that's all you can see, unless you want me to show you one last thing, which is the beach resort. But that's pretty much Tom's assets that I think are really cool to look at.
Yeah,
and
I think that you've given me a lot of good stuff here. I'm actually going to have to probably cut some things down. Just little things like walking and stuff like that. But, yeah, this looks really good. And I'm really glad that I got to see kind of sneak peeks at what's going to be coming from Palm. Very much appreciative.
Well, thank you. We're trying to hopefully get this company, more structured. And one thing I just want to say is, Bloom has done a fantastic job with this Disneyland. There's nothing bad with it. But we're just trying to, Stardust did not adapt when Palm opened to what the market wanted. And if you don't adapt to the market, you fall behind because it changes so consistently.
Yeah. Well, I think that you guys are doing a great job, and I'm very appreciative of, like I said, very appreciative of being able to see what you guys are working on, and very appreciative to be able to talk with you, Mr. Pumpkin. So, thank you for joining us, and thank you for being kind of our special guest on this episode. I always love when I have people who are wanting to be a part of the Sternco channel and be a part of what's going on. So,
thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to give every single one of your viewers who watches your channel about $500 off their Palm Shores rewards if they want to purchase it.
Oh, great! Yeah.
If they buy it on iCentipay and use the code STORN, they will get $500 off their purchase.
I've never been a code before. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. We try to treat on this syllable very well. Not saying that everybody else is bad or anything, but
yeah. I'm always very careful with stuff like that too. I'm like, this place is great. Not to say every other place is bad, but this place is great. So yeah.
I try not to make it sound like all my competition stinks, because they don't. They don't stink at all. I mean, there's great resorts that are not in Palm system. I mean, the rewards, you can go to some Palm Shores hotels that are not Palm, but it gets rid of the unlimited for the year.
Yeah.
For full details, you'll have to look at the form. Anyway.
Well, for more from Stern and the Sternco channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And for more from Mr. Pumpkins, don't forget to visit him on the server and ask about what cool stuff he's got going on, because he will always have cool stuff going on. He's just that type of guy. So thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and we appreciate you. Bye.